Good morning, everybody. Today is a wonderful day. Checked in with the coach yesterday and finally got carbs back. So I'm gonna walk y'all through a full day of eating today, starting with breakfast and then moving on throughout the day. Today is gonna be a busy day because the girlfriend and I have a wedding to go to, along with, I've got 3 rounds of cardio and I plan on doing 3 rounds of posing along with that. So that being said, I'm going to take y'all along with me for as much of it as possible. I don't know if I'll be able to get any of the wedding. I'll probably just get what I'm eating if I'm eating at the wedding. But today is a great day. Should have taken it off of there beforehand. But for the first meal, we have 9 egg whites and 93 grams uncooked uncooked egg white or rice with cooking spray. One thing that I have learned to do during prep is when I turn the stovetop on, I also turn the light above on, just as a physical reminder that the stovetop is on, and then once I turn the stovetop off, the light goes off, so that I'm making sure that I'm not burning down my house. I am missing something. Oh, rice. The most important part. So I pre-cooked my rice last night because I was excited about it. I also have meal 2 prepared already, but after this, I gotta run to the store and grab everything else I need for today's meal. Today's meals. That being said, I'm gonna shut up, get to cooking, and get on with the day. I can't wait to eat this. This stupid eggs need to hurry up. Oh, vitamins. For my vitamins, which I'm missing one, so I'll have to pick that up from the store. I've got NAC, milk thistle, turmeric, vitamin C, B super complex, and a note from work, D3, and my multivitamin. And then, as always, digestive enzymes with every meal. And yeah. So for this meal, like I said, we got 9 egg whites and 93 grams of basmati rice, a little bit of coffee to wake me up, and then I personally like to put a combination of Texas Pete and Cholula on my egg whites, just for a little bit of different flavor, but I will put the macros somewhere in one of these 2 spots. And I also, even though all of my meals are written out for me, I still like to log them, and I've been using Cronometer, the app, instead of MyFitnessPal lately, and I kind of like it better. It doesn't split everything up meal by meal, but it does tell you all of your micronutrients that you're putting in your body as well, which is good to know. So I'm gonna get this meal down and I'll see y'all for meal 2. I'm just getting back from HEB and I picked up my groceries for today, slash hopefully enough for the next few days. I'm kind of on a day-by-day diet now where I have to send daily updates to my coach, and he said that the diet may be changing, so I tried to pick up a little bit extra of what I think he's going to be giving me, but it may be daily store runs to take care of my needs for the week. But let me show you what all I picked up. We got basmati rice. It was $2 off per bag, so I went ahead and got me a whole 2 bags, which is 10 pounds of basmati rice, which that'll get eaten whether it's prep or not prep meals. Then I picked me up 1 package of chicken. It will get eaten no matter what. Pick me up cod loins, 4 pounds I believe. 3.835 pounds of cod. I think that's gonna be my primary protein source for the week. 2 cartons of egg whites, some onion powder because I'm out of that. Taco Bell hot sauce, 0 calories. Try that on some of my meals, of course. We had to get some more Texas Pete because you can never have enough. I got my magnesium glycinate that I was missing. Need to take that here in a little bit. And then to finish everything off, bought a bunch of steamable broccoli and green beans because veggies are important. So I'm gonna put all this away and it should be time for meal number 2. So for meal 2, we got 5 ounces of cod, 1 cup of green beans, and 93 more grams of rice. We put a little salt on this, and some Texas Pete, of course. And I forgot to tell y'all, but earlier the total at the store came out to $148.67. So most of that was the price of the fish. I would much rather purchase chicken, even though it's a lower tier protein, than fish, just based off of price. But that's the reason most people bulk off of chicken instead of other proteins, because it's more cost effective and you're eating a shit ton. But coach says eat cod, I eat cod. Anyhow, we get this meal down and then probably start cooking my other meals so that they're ready to go for the rest of the day. I am finally ready to meal prep and or at least meal prep the rest of today's meals, slash hopefully find out if I can make the same stuff for tomorrow, because I like to be a day ahead. But typically I start off with getting everything that I'm gonna need laid out and ready to go. I have not pulled the meat out of the fridge yet, and the seasoning is still in the cabinet, but this is what I like to do, and I'm just gonna set the camera down and get to it, essentially. So for my cod, found a simple recipe that takes 10 minutes to cook it in the air fryer. So what I do is I get my air fryer rack, toss on some foil, give that a coat. That's now empty. And then take and slap my fillets down. Nice big old back fish. I probably won't cook all this right now, just in case I don't have to cook fish later and I can save it for later on or when I'm off prep. But I'm gonna grab 2 of these bad boys out of here. I only need 10 ounces I mean, I probably could get away with just cooking one, but never hurts to have a little bit extra, and I'm sure that I'll have more cod in my future throughout the week. But just take the foil, fold up the edges, make me a little box, essentially, little box, basket, whatever you want to call it. Something to catch all the oil and the seasoning from getting all over my air fryer. Try to keep things as clean as possible. Just a little box like that. Then we grab our avocado oil and just lightly drizzle each fillet or loin, whatever you want to call them. Give them a nice rub down. Make sure you get both sides. Just really work that oil in there. By no means am I a cooking expert. This is what I've done, and this is what seems to work. I normally will cook it with lemon, but my stupid ass forgot to get lemon from said store, so not doing that today. Clean the oil off your hands. Then get the air fryer preheating. That way you can go straight from here in there and it's already cooking. Trying to get shit out of the way as I'm using it. We throw on some paprika. Now I only ever coat one side of the fillet with the seasoning. So far it's come out perfectly fine. Tastes good. Put hot sauce all over it anyways, so I guess it could just be plain Jane, but I like to add seasoning, give it a little flavor. And then we go with some Creole, some Tony Chachere's, however you say it. I always start with my colored seasonings first so I can see how much of the onion and garlic I'm putting onto my fillets. And we got a little bit of lemon and herb. I typically try not to go too heavy with this because it does come out pretty quick. And for our last two, we got garlic and onion. And just a light coat of each on each fillet. And that's brand new, so rip. Oh my gosh. Open! Do it that way then. Piss on ya. In the ass. A light coat of the onion. Oh, one other thing I forgot that I do have. Some lemon juice. Lemon slices I have noticed work better but I'll just coat it in some lemon juice. It helps with the, I've noticed it helps with the fishy smell. Kind of knocks it down a little bit so that people aren't complaining so much, like my coworkers. But they're not wrong. It doesn't smell the greatest, but at the same time, I have to eat it. And it doesn't taste all that bad. I actually kind of like my cod. I've always grew up down here on the South Texas coast, so fish has always really kind of been a part of my diet, sorta. And I don't mind it. But now our fillets are ready. Those will go straight in the air fryer when they're good to go. And now we'll start weighing out and cooking our rice for the next 2 meals. We'll start with 2 meals and then we'll move on from there. That's not going to be tall enough. I'll try and squat a little bit. Just look like a hunchback, or so that I'm properly in frame. Oh, excuse me. Make sure our units are set to grams. Let me check real quick. And make sure that I know how much I'm supposed to be eating for the next 2 meals. I believe it's 93. 93, okay. So, now what I'll do is get a look at that. That's a half a cup of rice. Set that off to the side. So when I'm cooking my rice, I use 1 dry measuring cup, 1 wet measuring cup. Rice, water, obviously. So with my basmati rice, I'll do a 1 to 1.5 ratio. So for every, like for this, it's half a cup of rice, and I'll use 3/4 of a cup of water to cook it. And I'll do that twice for both rice meals, or both of the rice portions of my next 2 meals. I'm losing it. Take that, dump it into our pot here, little medium pot, and then I'm going to use the small pot. That way I can have them both cooking at the same time. Water, rice, and then take it and turn it up to medium-high heat till it starts to simmer or boil, whilst we get our next round set up. Set some stuff out of the way here. And exactly the same process as before. Medium-high heat. Good to go. I will get back with y'all once these are going. This one started, this pot, the bigger one, started to boil before the other one, obviously, because I put it on first. Once it got to boiling, I turned it down to medium-low heat and set a timer for it to cook for 12 minutes. And I'll do the exact same thing with the other set of rice. And it's actually starting to boil now, so I'll go ahead and do that. And set another timer. That way they're both being kept track of. And I also went ahead and threw the cod in to the air fryer. That's cooking for 10 minutes, so everything should get done roughly at the same time. I'll just have to Once these are almost finished, I'll cook my broccoli and my green beans for my next 2 meals, which they're steamable, so they just get tossed into the microwave and pulled out and dumped into the meals. Come here. The cod has finished. The broccoli is ready to go, and I just need to fluff all of the rice, and they'll be ready to put in. This is green beans that were 1 cup of green beans that was left over from when I cooked last night. That is also ready to go in one of my meals. Actually, this might be useful for some of y'all to know because I didn't know exactly what it was. I had to look it up. But once your rice has cooled down, so I'll steam it on, I'll get it to boil, and then I turn it down to medium-low heat for 12 minutes. And then once that 12 minutes is up, I let it rest for 10 minutes with the lid still on. Once that 10 minutes is up, you just take and kind of stir it around, and this is apparently fluffing it. It came out good for the first 2 meals today, so should come out fine for the next 2. Oh, I just lost some. I'll get that here in a minute. But yeah, figure that would be useful for y'all to know. We just got everything split up, and here it is. We got meal 3, meal 4, and then extra cod and broccoli for later on. But that actually is roughly perfect timing because I gotta go do my second round of cardio. All right, round 2 of cardio and posing knocked out. Now on to meal number 3. We got 5 ounces of cod, 1 cup of broccoli, and 93 grams uncooked white rice, which comes out to roughly 215 grams cooked. I measured it out, that's the only reason I know. But I'm gonna log this, eat it. Oh, can't forget Texas Pete. I'm gonna log this, get it down, and then I gotta prep my chicken because the dryer's, dishwasher's almost finished, which means my Instant Pot bowl is clean, should be dry, hopefully it's clean, or else I need a new dishwasher. And I'll show you all that process of making my last 2 meals of the night. Well, I'll show you all how I make my chicken because I already showed you all how I cooked my rice, and I got more rice to cook for the last 2 meals. And the last meal is just egg whites and rice anyways. So I shall eat this and then catch up with y'all when I'm cooking the chicken. So, dishwasher finally finished. Bowl came out clean. Got all my ingredients for my chicken here. And I'll just get started and talk y'all along the way. So, chicken package here. Just finger it to open it. Then wash your hands off because yeah, nobody wants to get salmon vanilla everywhere. Then what I'll normally do is take and lay in all of my, or I'll take and put, normally I use broth, but I forgot to buy broth at the store, so we're just gonna use water for today, and it should come out fine. It'll come out with less taste, but it'll be fine. It'll be covered in hot sauce anyways. So normally I'll start with 4 cups of broth or water, or if I do broth, I'll use 2 cups broth, 2 cups water. Just pour that into my Instant Pot, then take some Frank's Red Hot. This is all I have left, so that's all going in there. You're essentially just making a giant chicken potion. Or broth, or however you want to call it. Then garlic powder. And then I don't have exact amounts for how much I use, but I just dump until I feel good. Then we got this Salt Lick chicken seasoning that I use. Dump a decent amount of that in there. Then we got some Red Hot Buffalo Ranch. I don't know if that's focusing at all, but it'll be okay. Probably should have just used all that. We got paprika. Use a pretty hefty amount of all of these seasonings because the water does soak up quite a bit of it or knock down the flavor of, oh, I'm in a mess. Quite a bit of it. Okay, this is pissing me off. Here we go. All right, that's good. Oh, I don't know where that went. It's lost forever. Then, to finish it off, we got some onion powder. Same as everything else. Dump a liberal amount. Then, we move this out of the way so I don't knock it over. Just gonna take our chicken. We're gonna take our chicken like this and just lay it down in there. I try and lay kind of in a triangle around so that they don't get overlapped too much, but at the same time, it's gonna happen. It's not the end of the world. And then I'll kind of, once I've got them laid in there, kind of use my hands and my fingers and just mix a little bit and make sure that they're all dunked under the water. And I actually probably might add a little bit of water to that, because there's nothing wrong with having more water than less, so that it helps the Instant Pot get up to pressure. Once you've done all that, we'll just take our lid, slap it on. Make sure y'all can see here. We're gonna set it to pressure cook, high pressure, 10 minutes, and it'll start on its own. Just like that. Perfect timing. So, we're gonna let that cook. Once it's done, I will show y'all what I do with it once it's finished. See you in 10 minutes. Well, the chicken didn't get done in time, but it is finished. I'll have to show y'all how I prepare that the rest of the way when I get back home. But for now, we gotta get to this wedding, and that's where I'll be having my next meal at. So, see y'all at the wedding. Finally made it back from the wedding. I recorded what I was eating, but it was 5 ounces of cod, another 93 grams of rice, and another cup of, I think it was green beans. It might have been broccoli, I'm not sure. But the chicken is ready. It finished right before we left. So I'll show you all how I prep all my chicken. This is the easiest way I have found. Just take it straight out of the Instant Pot. Well, you gotta kind of fish it out, but once you get all of it, you're gonna take a simple cake mixer with these attachments, and then you shred it all. So once I get all of it fished out of the broth, I'll show you all how to shred it. It's gonna look like this. Some of it's a little shredded because it did get nice and tender in there. You just turn it on low and get to shredding. This is the easiest way I have found to shred chicken. Well, I guess technically my girlfriend found it, and she got me this Black & Decker little mixer. And ever since then, I have stopped using 2 forks pulling it all apart and switched over to this. Much, much easier. I'm gonna shred this all, get my 5th meal prepped, and I'll see y'all for that. For this meal, we've got 5 ounces of chicken, 1 cup of broccoli, and 77 grams uncooked rice. I think it comes out to like 150 grams cooked. And then what we're topping this one with is some Taco Bell hot sauce. Still 0 calories, but we're gonna give it a try, see how it is on this. I'm gonna get this meal down and then wait hour and a half, do my 3rd round of cardio and posing, and then that should put me at the perfect time for my last meal of the night. So I'll catch back up with y'all then. Finish off tonight's meals. We've got 9 egg whites, 1 cup of green beans, and 46 grams of rice, uncooked. Not sure what it comes out to cooked. Let me check to make sure that's correct real quick. Final meal, 46 grams of white rice. And topping this, it's gonna be some more Texas Pete. But that's all the food for today. I'm gonna get this down and take my ass to sleep, see how I look in the morning. See ya.